Hi guys, I wanted to come on here and tell you that I just took my teas a few days ago and I got the grade that not that I wanted, because I wanted to like ace it. I wanted to have hundreds in all categories, but I am pleased with my score and I'm pretty sure that I am not going to have to worry about competition for my nursing program. So yay! But I did want to jump on here and tell you that this time taking the T's, because this is my second attempt. The first attempt I didn't get the grade that I wanted in order to get into the program that I wanted. I could have taken that score and gone to other colleges and been accepted into those programs, but that wasn't what I wanted. So I came back and I took it again. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. First of all, there's 4 sections, as you know. There's the math is absolutely my worst by far, and I did very well in math this time on this test. I don't even know how I did that well. Honestly, it must have just been lucky guessing. But so let me talk to you about the math real quick. You need to be able to solve for x. Algebra is a big part of the TEAS test, and converting fractions or fractions in general. Now with me, it's been a long time since I've done fractions, and I used to be really good at them, but for some reason I struggled when I was trying to answer the questions, so I just converted everything to a decimal, and that's how I came up with my answer. So if you do struggle with fractions, that's one method you could use, is just to convert it all over to a decimal, and then go back at the end, and you should be able to look at the options and know pretty much where it's going to fall. And so since I did do really well in math this time around, I'm thinking that worked. So as far as, I'm trying to think what else in math. And there are a few graphing. There was one scatter plot, which that was easy. So yeah, if you struggle at all in the math area, and everybody's different, just for me personally, it has a lot of fractions and a lot of algebra. So those are things, if you struggle with those like I do, definitely brush up on that. Another part of the test, of course, is science. And listen, I've been studying my butt off. So it paid off. And so let me tell you a little bit about what my test was like. The Punnett square was on there. So, with the heredity, like the YY and, capital Y, little y, or whatever the, it could be O's, it could be A's, whatever they decide to use. Just know how to do the Punnett square. So if you don't know how to do that, look that up. Also, the cell, oops, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm in the study room right now, and I'm trying to hold this, but I'm going through my books too, so I'm sorry if it's kind of all over the place. As far as cells, you need to know, of course, your parts of your cell. It's going to ask a lot of questions about ribosomes and your endoplasmic reticulum, and I think it had a few questions about Golgi apparatus and mitochondria, and there might have been one question about chloroplast. So that was just personally for my test. That's kind of what was on there. So also English. Listen, this is like a section I never struggle in. The English and language uses. I've never had ever had a bad part of that on a score ever in my life, and this one I struggled with, and I wasn't the only one. There was 2 or 3 other girls in my micro class that also took the test, and they heard me talking about it with some other people that are fixing to take theirs today, and I was like, for some reason I struggled with that, and I don't even know why. It just seemed ridiculous, some of the questions, and it just I couldn't figure it out, and I made a not great score on it. So so had I made a good score, it would have been great for me. I probably would have aced it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so conjunctions. No, not conjunctions. The interjections. Know your interjections. And let's see, what else did it have? Oh, for some reason, hyphens. There was a lot of hyphens as part of the answers, and I don't know if that's where I went wrong. It could have been. So know about that part, the hyphen, the little hash mark used to join words. I don't know. There was just a lot in there. Of course, then you want to be able to talk about subject-verb agreement. There was quite a few questions on subject-verb agreement, if I can say it right, which that's easy for me, so I really hope I didn't, that's just basically, so like if you have if it's singular or plural, if the subject's going to be singular, then so is your verb. It's pretty easy. But if you're not familiar with that, then it might not be easy for you. So one example of this is the houses is new, or the houses are new. I mean, basically, if you've been raised in an English excelled environment, that just makes, that's just common sense. So obviously, the houses are new. Or you could say the house is new, but not the houses is new. That would be incorrect. Also, your vocabulary. Again, that's not an area I've ever struggled with because I've always been good at spelling. But if you're not good with spelling, the words that they give you, they weren't difficult, but they did kind of make you stop and make sure that you knew what you were talking about. Like, I don't know if it's eligible. Like some of them, instead of having most people might say, well, if it says able at the end, it's like a, but it could be it could be I. So they might give you the a, and you might think, oh yeah, that's what it is, but no. And I'm trying to think. Sometimes I had to ask myself certain questions when I was going through, just like breaking down the parts of the word. So your prefix and your suffix, know those too, because that's just going to help you. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here real quick and encourage everybody. Like, I used so many manuals. I checked out 5 different manuals that were past study guides for the test. But then I also mainly used the ATITs, who is the maker of my particular test. And I used their Smart Prep, which was their online version, so I was able to take practice tests as well. And yes, I highly encourage that. Because there were a few of the questions in those practice tests that were on the actual test, almost verbatim. So if you can afford to spend, I think I paid $50, maybe $100. I think the packages go up to like $200 and something, and we couldn't afford that. So, but that's like everything. But what I did is I got the workbook, the study guide book, and the access to the practice test. So, and then you can go through when you're actually taking your evaluation. It'll tell you what you can work on that you missed inside of that test. It'll tell you what to work on. It'll give you examples and things to read, much as like if you took one of the books that you were studying from and just went into that chapter and read it, and it would give you a PowerPoint or something and tell you how to study for it, give you examples. It even has little quizzes at the end of each of those little sections, so you can kind of, did I really pick up and get this concept correct in my brain or not? So yeah, I'm super excited, y'all. I'm so excited. So don't be discouraged if you don't get the grade you want the first time. Go back again and study your butt off. And I had set a plan for myself to study for like 3 to 4 hours every single day from the last time I took this test to the time I took it this time. And a lot of times we do things like that, and real life happens, and sometimes you don't get to carry through with that. And unfortunately that kind of happened for me. So I was very stressed, just like I am with any test, thinking that, oh my gosh, why did I not why did I not study every single day? Why did I not do this? Why did I let anything get in my way of studying for this test? Because this is the most, there's certain things that you come along in life, and like this was the first step for me to have to be able to, other than obviously taking your prereqs, this was the next step. I can't get any further until I go through this. So nothing else behind it mattered. Nothing else for me trying to get ready for nursing school was going to matter until I got this test passed, because otherwise I can't even get in. So it would be pointless to even worry about anything else. So that's hard for me, and my husband is constantly telling me, take it one step at a time. I'm like, but no, I need to get this, and I need to do, and I'll just go off on these rants of all these things that I need to do for something that hasn't even gotten to the point of where I'm at yet. Because, I couldn't have gotten there from where I was at. I had to do these certain steps before I could get to where I am right now. Anyway, I'm super excited, and I'm really excited because I did super, super well. I made an A on my first micro test, so I'm just kind of on cloud 9 right now. So, and I did a lot of praying. I don't know if, I'm just going to tell you, I do a lot of praying before my test, and I do a lot of praying all the time. So I do believe that my higher power helped me out. And I was a lot more relaxed this time just because I knew how to do the test. Like, you go in, don't bring anything with you. Don't bring your cell phone. Don't bring, obviously you have to have your keys for your car, and they will let you take that into the test. You can bring your own pencil if you want, but they provide you cannot bring paper, and you cannot leave with any of the paper that you have used in there. They shred it. So they don't even like you to bring it out of the room when you go get your results. They like you to just leave it on the table. And then, of course, with my particular college where I took it, because they don't allow you to take it anywhere else. You have to take it there at that college, and it's only once per entry period for the nursing program. So, like, I couldn't have went to a different college anyway and taken it there and then come back and given the results here. So also check with your college to see what they require. You may be able to take it 10 times other different places, and they'll accept your highest score from any of those places. My college is not like that. So what else was I going to tell you about this? Oh, and so, like, make sure you eat really well before you go, because you have up, I think, to 4 hours to take the test, 3 to 4 hours. The first time I did it, I got it done in like 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. And I was speeding through the test, and I hadn't eaten very well, and it was an afternoon test, and that stressed me out because it was afternoon, and it's not a good time for me. So this time around, I got the morning time, and of course I ate before I went. And they'll tell you when you first get in there, there's signs up everywhere. You cannot leave for any reason. It's all over the little desks and everything. Once you're here and you begin this test, that's it, and you do not leave. However, the guy that gave us our test this time around said that if you need to go to the bathroom, I'm cool with that. Just let me know. And then, but your time is what your time is. So if you spend 20 minutes in the bathroom, too bad for you, because that's coming off your time regardless. And I'm sure if somebody did spend that amount of time, they'd probably be checking on them. So looks kind of suspicious. Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you guys. Just be relaxed. I was super slow and very thorough with every single question this time around. And I was timing myself. Of course, there's a time on there. For each section, I had at least 8 to 15 minutes left on every single section. And like some of the sections, I was just really taking my super slow time with. Sometimes I would go back if I had thought to myself, which don't go back. Once you answer the question, go on. But I was like, wait, was that right? Did I read that question right? Another thing is pay attention to how they're wording the question. So you might be used to questions in a certain fashion, and you're like, oh yeah, you instantly just like, oh, okay, that's what they're asking. But make sure you thoroughly read it, because it might switch it and make it the opposite. So which one of these would you not expect, or is I can't even think of an example to give you. I just know that in my practice test, I was like, why did I get that wrong? And it was because I was reading the question too fast, and I was assuming that it was asking one thing, and really it was asking, and it's just one word that makes it all the difference. So just make sure you slow down and understand exactly what the question's asking. Sometimes I looked at the question first before, like if I read the passage, and then sometimes like in the math, I would glance over the answers and then start looking, like solve for the equation or whatever. Because some of them it may be like, oh, for sure I know it's not this and this one. So then you know how to kind of go from there to figure out. And in some of the cases, it's just process of elimination. These two for sure shouldn't even be in here. Just throw those out. So it's between A and C. So which one is it? And then you just got to do your equations, whatever it is that you need to do, or figure out your part of speech or whatnot. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. I will get back to you. Subscribe and like my page, and we're going to nursing school, guys. I haven't gotten my acceptance letter yet, but I have no doubts in my mind that I'm going to get accepted. And so every single week, maybe every 2 days, I'm going to be posting what to expect. And I've probably this to go around with preparing for the T's. It has been a real eye opener for me, like as far as the critical thinking goes. And it's caused me to just question differently when I'm reading things, and forming what I read into a question, just thinking about things differently. So one thing I want to recommend to you is that you do get the books, whether it's a T's prep book, whether it's the NCLEX book, whatever it is that has questions about nursing. And just start reading those questions over and over again. Just get used to the question style, because that's going to help you. It just helps you to think the proper way. And of course, they're going to teach you when you get to nursing school anyway. But I just noticed this second go around, like, oh wait, it's starting to sink in, and maybe it's just because I've had so many science classes now that oh, it's finally starting to click for me. The person it takes forever. I know a lot of you guys are a whole lot younger, and it probably clicks super quick, but I'm just not that way. It takes me like 15 times to year one, so the joys of getting old. Anyway, so and then I'm just not a naturally gifted person when it comes to, I guess, education in general. Like I wasn't the person that got to come home and just look at the book and it just kind of goes right to you. Like I had to study, and I had to look at it and read and reread and, talk about it. And so, yeah, I'm one of those. But when I get it down, I get it down. So also on the science section, know about your kidneys. There was questions about, I believe, the glomerulus and just the filtering system, the nephron. Yeah, research your kidneys. Go back over that part for review. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna let you guys off here because I'm rambling now. I told you I wouldn't do that. And good luck to everybody, and I will see you guys soon. I'm gonna keep doing my microbiology classes, but I have lots of reports to write, and because we've missed so much time with our teacher being out sick, that I'm kind of behind on that, but we're just kind of at a standstill. And of course we had a test, but I am going to be preparing for my lab test, and I'll probably come on and talk to you guys about that. Anyway, yay, and I made an A on my first test in micro. I'm super excited about that. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys soon, probably in a different post on a different class. And I might do another prep study for the ATITs for those of you, because I'm not going to forget about you guys just because I went ahead and passed mine with the score that I wanted, because I understand that you guys, you know. Oh, one more thing. This is how I do. Squirrel. There are forums on Facebook. If you guys don't know about this, there are ATIT or TEAS tests. I don't know if it's ATI specific. It's TEAS test forums. And I think there was about 5 of them that I found the day before I took the test. And oh my gosh, you want to talk about some awesome review those girls, guys, whoever they are, have on there. Yeah, do that. Get on that. I mean, because they're just going to give you thousands of questions. They're debating, and sometimes the answer is people are going back and forth as to what the answer is, and it just provokes you to like go and look at it for sure to know what you know. So anyway, yeah, get on those forums on Facebook, find those groups, and use that to help you as well. And then I did the app, ATIT's runner app. It's like orange with a stethoscope on it. And then I had TEAS Mastery. It's like a blue app, and it's okay. That one didn't benefit me as much. But I did that a lot. I used that a lot for whatever reason when I was in my CNA class. Anyway, so woohoo, we're past the CNA point and we are moving on to the LPN status, guys. All right, I'm gonna stop babbling. You guys have a great day. Bye.